What's up, everybody? Crazy Eights here with a Transformers collaboration toy review. This time we're looking at Starblitz, which is a NFL collaboration with the Transformers. So without further ado, let's get into the packaging and then we'll take a look at the figure. So here we have Starblitz on the card back, and he's right there in front and center catching the football. Right here you got the 2-in-1 Transformers Starblitz, Dallas Cowboys logo right here, NFL logo up here. Clearance price tag for $11.50 was originally $27.97, and then we got the holographic sticker of the NFL logo right here. So they are back in this product. On the bottom you have just the words, and here is the barcode if anyone wants it. Side of the box you got an image of Starblitz. This side, Cowboys logo. On the back, you got your product shot, NFL, Starblitz. Got a stadium scene, Transformers crossover or collaboration logo. 23 steps to go from robot mode to helmet or helmet to robot. This is the packaging. Now here's a side note so everyone is aware. I'm not a Cowboys fan. I'm not much of a football fan, more of a baseball fan. I did want to buy one of these to see what they're about. I'm not going to go buck wild and buy all of them. Unfortunately, the Dallas Cowboys was on sale. I was looking for the Steelers because I actually like the colors of the Steelers, you know, the black and yellow, but all they have is this one in clearance. So for $11, I'll pick it up. All right, so with that out the way, let's get into the figure. So this is what you get out of the packaging. You get the figure, you get part of the helmet, and you get a really cool looking football. Let's take a look at that football. Great detail, got some texture on there. Got the laces, you have the lineage, and this is a hole for where he can hold it. And then you have this piece right here, which plugs into the back. So I'm gonna put this on him really quick, and then we'll get into the review. All right, so here he is with everything on him, and he's a bulky little, chubby little helmet butt. So let's take a look at the details. We'll get really close in there. We'll bring this up. Bring that like that. I think the helmet does come off though. It does. So here he is without the helmet. So here he is without the helmet. He's got the sunglasses on. Or is this? I think he's got some. No. If it is, yeah, it is tape. This stuff is taped on there, so I'm gonna leave that on there so the sunglasses stay on. Got a blue helmet and a gray face with purple glasses. And then here is more detailed look at the helmet. Got the Dallas Cowboy logo right there. And I think this splits open for when you put the helmet on them. So it's got the hinge joint on there. Here's the back of it. So to put it on, just open it up and put it over his head, put it over his face like that, and there he is, all ready for the big game. Going down, you got the Autobot logo right there. Part of the helmet right here for the front. More helmet bits. Very small arms. Grays and blues and whites all over the place. Big, thick, chunky legs. I guess you have to if you're gonna make him into a helmet. It's almost like he's gonna be like a shell former in a way. Going down in the back, this just plugs in there to part of the helmet. He's got a big profile and not a clean one either. I don't know if this comes up. No, it doesn't move. It just goes down. But yeah, that's the robot. And then from the hold of football, he's got a peg right there in his hand where you just don't drop the football, don't drop it, don't drop it, don't drop it. Where that just plugs in right there. So it looks weird, but he can hold it. He's throwing it. He wants to throw it. So you have that look. Too bad it didn't have like an open hand option so you could palm it better. This looks kind of ridiculous, but it is what it is. Now he does have heel spurs, but he is kind of like back heavy and he's constantly falling over. So when you check out that profile, you can see why. He's got a lot going on back there. You could take this off if you wanted. If you want to do like a cleaner look, you could take that off, put that to the side if you want to. If you want to display him in robot mode, you could do that, which is probably cleaner and probably a lot easier to hold them up. But anyway, that is robot mode. Really nothing to. I could do other collabs to compare, but really not much to compare him with. It's kind of unique, so we'll skip the comparisons. You know what? I take that back. We'll do one comparison to give you an idea of his size. We'll just show you how he looks with Power Glide, what I recently did. So this is Power Glide, and in Power Glide, what was he? Is he deluxe class? Yeah, so he's a deluxe class. So that's how he scales with Starblitz. Okay, so that was robot mode for Starblitz. It's a decent enough robot. Got a lot going on with the helmet pieces for him. You know, he's got a lot of the face guard itself is all over the place, and the helmet is pretty much all over the place as well. Like the back of it is here. You got some on the legs and an arm. So I would say he's almost like a shell former, kind of. They tried. They really did. And he's got heel spurs, but he's too fat and chunky, and he still falls over with those on there. For accessories, the football's a really nice touch. Unfortunately, the hands are just in fist with a peg on it, so it kind of looks kind of clumsy and not nicely done. So, you know, kind of like I said, I kind of wish they had a better hand from to hold the football. Again, I don't want to hear no, you know, I stuck because I like the Cowboys. I'm not a football fan. I'm not a Cowboys fan, so please leave that to someone else. This is just me looking at a Transformer toy. Let's not get all crazy and political over sports. That's not what this is about. So anyway, that's robot mode. I hope you all enjoy it. Coming up next will be his transformation. So let's get this guy transformed, and I was practicing with him. Not gonna lie, it is a fun transformation for a shell former. So without further talking, let's just get into it. First thing you want to do is you want to take this piece off back here. There is going to be some parts forming. Probably angers some people. And then you want to take these apart. You can leave them on there, but I found it easier. And instructions say to take them apart. Now we're going to do this piece now. So you have a little peg right there. And it wouldn't be me if I didn't drop something, right? This is a little slippery football, but the football will go right in here for storage for when you transform. So we'll put that off to the side and we'll come back to that later on. All right, so the first thing, we're gonna do the easy stuff first. We're gonna take the heel spurs and put them, fold them in. They'll clip in, and then we're gonna take the hands and we're gonna tuck them away as well. Get that out the way. We're jumping ahead, but it doesn't matter. So then you want to take the chest piece here. These are on tight joints and all that. Should not complain about, but I tend to get nervous with that. Bring it up like that. Come back here to the back piece. Pull it down and pull this down. Try to pull them down as far as you can. So you want to tuck the head away, but make sure the helmet itself is closed, or else it won't go down. So you want to tuck the helmet in like that. So now, so you have this going on so far. So now you want to take the chest piece, and you want to get the arms out the way and bring it up like that. So you want to bring it all the way up to that point. Now you want to take this middle part right here, and you want to bring it up, and it's going to fit into this piece right here. So you want to try to bring this piece up, and it'll go under it like that. You notice you got these two clips right here. They're gonna go underneath the helmet and clip in, or just go underneath the helmet. I don't think they're gonna clip in or anything, but you have that going on right now for the front of the helmet. Now for the arms, I think I brought the shoulders too far out, but it doesn't matter. You want to pull the face mask out a little bit, because and then you want to bring this part up. You see this? you're gonna bring it up, shift it up. And then you wanna bring this, there is a, if you can see it, there's a slot right there, and that, you're gonna line that up and put those in here. And then bring this, up. This is on a tight hinge. So you want to bring this up. There we go. You want to bring that up, and then it should all line up. The helmet itself should line up like that, and like that, and like it should. You just gotta play with the tabs. It's one of those things where it's a tab former, and then line that up. We'll deal with that later. But you want to do the same thing on this side. You want to pull this up, get it out the way. Push this all the way up. Like that, it'll join in there. It should line up if you do everything right. And this should just tab in like that. So you have the front part of the helmet pretty much all done. Just tab everything in. Try to get in there. Try to line up and everything together and tabbed in. Usually you tab one in, something else comes out, you know, story of tab formers. All right, I'll leave that just for like now, as best as I could. Now you want to come over here, you want to twist these around and push it in, and they'll snap right into place. Turn around, snap them in, and you got the front of the face guard all done. I think, let me see something. Okay. Yeah, so it's a little finagling, but you can do it. There we go. There we go. I had to push it down a little bit. We're gonna come down here. You're gonna take the feet. You see that slot right there, and there's a little tab right there. You just wanna bring these up, and they'll just peg right in on both sides, like that. All right, so I gotta do this one over. Kind of messed it up. So with this next piece is you want to take it at the waist and you want to bend it forward. Again, these are tight, like that. Then you want to take these pieces of the helmet. You want to twist it so the star. It's gonna actually like snap into place when you know it's in the right position. You're gonna feel it just snap in. Like that. And then you want to take the back of these things, these two pieces right here, and bring them out on both sides. I think you gotta go, and then of course they're gonna. Let me see some. Yeah, so they're gonna come down. Let's get this out the way. So these are gonna come down on both sides. And then the helmet should ideally tab in. Where's the tab part? Oh, here it is. So I didn't twist this around far enough, but you're gonna twist it around until this tab comes aligned with that helmet. So I didn't turn these far enough around. That's what happened. Where's the tab? Here's the tab. Bring it down, and then you clip it in. Where are you, tab? There is a... As you can see where the molding lines up with it, it should tab in right there. It should tab in. Hello, Mr. Helmet. Why don't you tab it in? Because I don't have this down far enough. That's why. There we go. It's definitely me. So you have that going on where it lines up. And then, of course, you want to push these together. Push them together. Hello, Mr. Helmet. Dope. All right. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, and then there we go. Jesus. This is tabbed in and it's a pain in the neck. So you have that going on. So you have the top and here's the bottom. Pretty much, we're almost done. Once that is done, then you put those together. You're gonna take this, at this point here, gonna bend them at the knee. And you're gonna merge the two helmet pieces together. This is the fun part. This is going to be the fun part. This is where you tab everything together and try to get things lined up. Get these out the way so I can, well, no, let's put those back in. Takes a little finagling, and to see where everything lines up is a pain in the tuckish. So this has got to be back further like this in order to get it tabbed in correctly. I'm not even going to cut this. I'm just going to keep it going until I get it right. If I got to suffer, so do you. Right? There we go. That's in. That side's in. That side's in. This side's out. Of course. Put one side in, the other side pops out. That snapped in. All right, we got it. Kind of. All right, now we got it. Okay, so everything is tabbed in. I'm going to twist this around, put those back in. Okay, so now for the final pieces are the chin strap and the guard. Chin strap, you want to make sure that it looks like a face, and then you have the holes on both sides for the chin straps and the face guard. So you want to basically just plug them in, and they'll fall right into place. Once you plug one in, the rest just fall right into place. And you just tab them in like this and like that. So now you got the chin guard. Now this one could be a pain in the neck. Because you can see you gotta plug these in. You gotta tab them into these pieces over here. So I try to line these up first to get them in the right. Try to get. I do one side first if it helps. Try to get that in there and that. Line them up best you can. Because you have to also plug it in here, and this is a tight fit as well. So trying to get it all lined up and in. Can be a pain in the butt. Get that side in. So I want you to know this is not the fun part. But once you get it lined up and everything plugged in, where's the hole? Okay, that's in there. Line that up, line that up. Get that lined up. Just trying to get everything into the holes and lined up is a pain in the tuckish. I don't know why I keep saying that word. All right, now just make sure everything's all lined up and plugged in. And Jesus, Christmas. There we go. Transformed into his helmet. Ta-da. Yay. All right. Let's take a quick look at the details. We'll do that video next. So here he is back from transformation into his alt mode, which is the football helmet for the Dallas Cowboys. And it's a very solid feeling figure in both modes, great plastic quality. Everything tabs in. Once you have everything tabbed in, it's great. It's just trying to get them tabbed in. If you saw my transformation video, I didn't edit it out. I just kept it in as real time to show you how long it took me to get everything tabbed in. But once you get them in the right positioning, in the right place, they tab in fine and it looks really, really good. Of course, there is parts for them with the face mask, which some people may not like, but there is weapon storage, which is really nice. Now, there's not much to talk about as far as articulation because it's a helmet. But you look at the details, you got the Autobot logo right there. And then the rest is pretty much the Dallas Cowboys helmet in their colors with their logo on the side. You got the blue and white stripe going down the middle, all the way down. Here's the profile of it. You do have some holes in it due to, I guess they had to sacrifice some things for robot mode to make it work. And they couldn't fill these unless these are just the regular air holes for the helmet. Here's the bottom. You got the robot pretty much tucked in there. You can see the football stored right in there. It's really cool if you put it on your desk. People will the football helmet. There's not much I can say to it. But for a comparison, just to give you an idea of size, here he is with Powerglide. Since I have him out, since he was the last one I did review. If you want to, it's really hard. There's really nothing really you could compare it with. But size-wise, that's how big he is size-wise compared to a deluxe class Powerglide. If it gives you any idea of scale. But yeah, so that is Starblitz. Right? Is it Starblitz? Did I get it right this time? Yeah. Starblitz in his alt mode. Thanks for watching.